Welcome to the commentary booth where we watch and you guessed it, commentate on the week that was in movies and TV. I'm your host and play-by-play commentator Jamie Apps, and each week I'm joined by a rotating cast of colour commentators to help you find your next viewing treat. Joining me today is the man with many favourite films, Jaxon Carr.
Hello.
The Christmas-obsessed American, Corrina Mabey.
Good morning.
Rocking the Taco Bell shirt.
Yes, the best Christmas shirt ever.
This week we're here to celebrate Christmas in a way that only the commentary booth can by reviewing the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And then after that, we're going to each pitch our favourite Christmas special episode of a TV show and try and find the best Christmas episode of a TV show. So first up, Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, written and directed by James Gunn for Disney+, the second Marvel Studios special presentation in the MCU. This one follows the Guardians of the Galaxy as they celebrate Christmas and search for a very special present for Peter Quill. We'll go around the table. Firstly, Corrina, what did you think of this one overall?
Why am I first? I haven't had time to register.
Ladies first, that's what I say.
Damn it. Oh, fuck. This is a great Christmas episode, or a great holiday special in general. I like that Marvel's doing mini episodes of things instead of huge series. And this is giving me my Guardians fix until number 3 comes out, because I haven't had any of that.
And then Jackson, how did you rate this one?
So everyone, it's pretty obvious that when it comes to these episodes, I'm always doing things late and watching things at the last minute so I can be prepared because I'm a very busy person. But I watched this early and I was excited to watch it, and it was cheesy. I liked it. I think it tied things in well for what they want to do in the future with the Guardians, and it was just getting some content out. So they had obviously 2 Guardians things this year that have come out, obviously with the Thor and then this. So I liked it. It is what it was. It was cheesy. It was what was needed. I really liked the band that Mr. Bacon was singing in, and yeah, it was good. It was what it needed to be.
Yeah, I thought this was really well done, especially for just like a one-off. Here's just a bit of content for Christmas. Worked really well. And like you mentioned, that band, that opening song that they sing, what's it called? I have it down. I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here. I think that is now one of the better Christmas songs of all time.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's wonderful.
Especially when you listen to it and you sort of start to think your Christmas traditions are a bit weird.
You never think about it, but then after that you think traditions are weird. Like you've got a man, Santa Claus, that goes into millions of houses within a 12-hour period that was invented by the Coca-Cola company. But yeah, it's just weird.
It just leaves things.
Yeah, eats your food, has a couple of drinks, especially especially when he comes to Australia. Everyone probably leaving out beers and stuff. If he cooked after a couple, maybe I should be Santa Claus. Oh.
Are you Santa Jackson? Is this like a
I'm actually dressing
moment?
up as Santa Claus for a work event in a couple of weeks, so that'll be fun.
Very nice.
Oh boy.
So yeah, when they filmed this one in the middle of filming Guardians 3, is it? That what just came out? No, Guardians Volume 2.
Oh.
Yeah,
so it's old.
Yeah, they filmed it in February and April of this year in Atlanta. Oh no, yeah, during the production of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm so confused on how many Guardians movies there are now. So yeah, during the most recent movie when they were filming that, they just filmed this in the middle while they had everyone together, and I guess they had all the makeup team and everyone there as well, especially for some of those characters. And then released on November 25th, marks the official end of Phase 4, so now that's it. Everything coming forward is this new phase and is let's see where we go with Ant-Man and what else do we have coming up? The next Guardians, Daredevil,
Oh,
Isn't there like the Marvels coming out
Yeah, the
too or something?
Marvels. Lots of stuff coming. I'm excited for it. So yeah, by doing it that way, they managed to sort of get everyone back. Chris Pratt, Dave Bautista, Karen Gillan, Vin Diesel, Bradley Cooper. They're all back reprising their roles. And I thought that was, I think this, while just like a random separate thing, does a great job of sort of building up who the Guardians are and the relationships within it. Like we even get a pretty big reveal towards the end of this, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I like the fact that they were able to get everybody back and throw it in there somehow. Um, they all work great. It's gonna be weird when they are no longer like a group or a team effort anymore.
And then they added a character to the Guardians as well in this episode, Cosmo the space dog. Jackson, did you recognize the voice of Cosmo the space dog?
please don't ask me this question because you're going to tell me, and I'm going to be like, oh.
So it was Maria Bakalova, the girl from the Borat movies.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So she's now officially in the MCU as a dog.
Very nice.
At least she made it.
And I thought the Cosmo the Space Dog was a really cool addition. Like, that's a fun character that is just, yeah, a cosmonaut dog that has, like, telekinetic powers, I guess.
I wish all dogs had that.
Yeah, because Cosmo was briefly like in the Guardians movie with the Collector, like in one of the little test tube things. And so I'm glad that like they threw that in there. I'm still hoping for Howard the Duck one day, but that's not going to happen, I know.
Why not? They love their fan service, especially James Gunn. He was all about, like, bringing in random things from comics that people were like, what?
That's true.
So as we mentioned, this one is all about two particular characters, Gamora and Drax, traveling to Earth to find a present for Peter Quill. The present being Kevin Bacon, who plays himself in this, which was, I thought, a great addition. I was shocked that they managed to get Kevin Bacon in this movie to play this goofy caricature of himself.
Kevin Bacon was great. I can't believe that they got him to do that. When I heard about that, I go, nah, it's probably not the real Kevin Bacon. It's just like a person playing Kevin Bacon, but no, it's legit.
Oh, what did you think of, like, some of his lines where they ask him, they think he's like an actual action hero, and they're like, just be Kevin Bacon, but not shit.
He was funny. I liked everything. Like, he was just a good, like, anecdote. Like, rather than him being too serious, he was just a good, like, side character. And then, like, when he was singing at the end with that band, like, apparently he's toured with that band before. So, like, that's like it's an actual band that are actually quite famous. So, I think that was a nice touch.
Very nice. When the Guardians go to America, or yeah, to Earth, particularly LA, to find Kevin Bacon, what did you think of the moment where they're flying in and Drax forgot to turn off the cloaking device?
I thought it was funny. I love Drax, how dumb he is. It reminds me of me, Jackson Drax. We could be a good superhero duo. Especially because of how much they drunk as well. It's perfect.
Dude, oh my God, they partied hard. That scene was just like, holy crap, like, college days or something like that. But man,
I call that Saturday.
yeah, I mean, tomato, tomato.
Yeah, they were throwing him back. But when they were flying in, and he goes, they're like, "You did turn on the cloaking device, right?" And he's like, "Yes," and then just flicks the switch. I felt like that was like a pretty accurate way of how people in this universe would actually react to seeing something like that after everything that went down in Avengers. I feel like a spaceship is probably the most terrifying thing to see in this universe. So just see this giant spaceship flying over LA, you'd be like, oh God, I need to get out of town quickly, which is pretty much impossible in LA.
I liked it when they're on the Hollywood Strip as well, and they're getting like all the photos with people, and they're getting all the money, and like Drax is there just going.
People are just taking photos with him like he's a statue.
Yeah.
And then he just randomly
That
gets
was
into
great.
fights with some random like Avengers cosplayers and
Robot thing.
weird Transformer and stuff. That's funny. And I'm sure there are Drax and
that was
Gamora cosplayers at the Chinese theater now, either
Oh,
before
definitely
this
now.
or now after this for sure.
Definitely.
I like Drax's obsession with the inflatable elf dude.
Oh,
Oh, that was beautiful. Because I
so
have
good.
obsessions with inflatables as well. So the fact that they threw that in there was wonderful.
Oh, when they finally break into Kevin's house and he wants to, they start stealing his ornaments and inflatable things.
Yeah, like she takes the candy cane and he takes a giant elf thing.
Yeah, I think at least he stole a cool one. A candy cane's a bit weird. She's just like, I don't even know what this is, but I
Yeah, but
want
I
it.
mean, it's a massive candy cane. It was massive.
Yeah, he is very sad when he realizes that he forgot the elf and just has to leave it.
I loved it when they were like, you can either take Kevin Bacon or the elf, and he was like thinking for like a minute, and then he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
classic Drax.
I like the store too, when they raided the Christmas store and the
Oh.
entire inside of the ship is just like decked out. It's wonderful.
And then what happens then? Oh, then they go back to the nowhere where they live, and they set up this big elaborate Christmas. I thought that was like the most like Christmassy, heartwarming part of the episode, and I thought it was pretty well done as well.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, overall, just a really fun watch. I thought they like pretty much knocked this out of the park in terms of a piece of MCU content that was Christmas themed without being totally unnecessary for the MCU. Like you mentioned, this is going to play in to the MCU moving forward, especially with the big reveal we got that Gamora and Peter are actually brother and sister.
Mantis.
Or Mantis. Yes, Mantis.
Mantis.
Yeah, same thing. But yeah,
There's
they're brother and sister, so that was a nice, cool reveal that is probably going to have implications for Guardians 4.
That'll be fun. I'm excited. It's going to be interesting to see how the MCU moves forward with all of this stuff, and hopefully it gets a little bit better than some other things.
Well, at least they're doing better than DC, which pretty much just scrapped everything that they've done over the last 5 years, and they're starting all over again. With James Gunn involved. James Gunn is now running DC, so that could be fun. Yeah.
Is he?
So he's still committed to Guardians. I'm not sure for how much longer, but he has now taken over. Like, he's essentially the Kevin Feige of DC. So he's the top guy, basically choosing the direction and who's going to direct movies and what the movies are going to be focused on. So they've scrapped Wonder Woman because they asked Patty to rewrite it, and she basically said no. So they scrapped that. Sounds like Superman is gone. They're going to restart that. So Corrina's probably stoked that Henry Cavill left The Witcher to go be Superman again, and
Shut
now
up.
it's gone.
I don't want to talk about that. I'm so excited that I get him for one last season of The Witcher because he is ideal. And the fact that he left for Superman is just a craptastic moment. But whatever.
And then just to close out the conversation on Guardians of the Galaxy, did we notice what the movie that Kevin Bacon was watching when they abduct him?
It was something old.
Yep, 1964. It was a movie called Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, and it's all about Santa being kidnapped by Martians and taken to outer space, which is exactly what happens to
wow.
Kevin.
Yeah, wow.
That's
So
funny.
that was a nice. That's definitely a James Gunn being like, I know this random movie about Santa being kidnapped by aliens. Let's put that in this show.
That's funny. That's one of those really old school things too, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or something.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, he loves all these weird, random references that most people are just like, what are you talking about? So, that's that one. Everybody go check that out. It's a great little Christmas fun watch before Christmas. On to our fun moments here. Pitching our favourite Christmas specials. Who wants to pitch theirs first?
Jackson.
Okay, I can go first. So everybody knows I bump around with my favorite television shows. Sometimes it's Seinfeld, sometimes it's Parks and Rec, sometimes Entourage. But in absolutely no surprises to anyone, my favorite Christmas episode is actually a show from the 90s. I really enjoyed Friends, the one with the holiday armadillo.
Yes! This is the best thing ever! That was almost my pick.
You absolute liar.
Psych!
Yeah. So what is your actual pick?
In no surprise to anyone, it is a show from the 90s. It's Seinfeld, the Festivus episode. It's something I watch on the 23rd of December. Every year, I would like to watch it with friends, but last couple of years, we haven't been able to watch it. So that's been a problem that I've had that I bring up with Festivus style. But I think it's a very nice break from all the Christmas stuff that you get because it's a holiday against the holiday. So, Friends, the one with the holiday armadillo.
There we go.
And you're having a Festivus party this year, aren't you? Or have you had it?
No, it's the 23rd of December, so I'm having one. I've got a few friends, and we're going to do that, and then we're having a Christmas a couple of days later. But we're going to have the poll. We're going to have the feats of strength. Hopefully, Jerry will be there, and I'm going to dress because I got the hair. I might have to dye my hair, but I'm going to dress like this, and yeah, very much. It's a great episode.
Airing of grievances.
Yeah,
I love the poll. The poll is hilarious.
The poll. The two face as well, the girl that he was dating as well, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic episode. It's just a nice touch, the fact that everyone has like Christmas specials, and then they've just done a whole 180 and just created this whole holiday, which is a real thing that I believe Larry David, someone he was related to, invented it. So yeah.
Nice. Then Corrina, what did you end up picking? Like Jackson's, I was pretty confident I knew. Yours, I have no idea what this is going to be.
No, yeah, it's good. I literally went through like all my favorite sitcoms from the 90s and was like, all right, what one do I want? And then I ended up going back to Golden Girls from 86.
I should have done. I should have.
You should have. They've only had 2 Christmas episodes out of their whole series. And the one that I liked is called "'Twas the Nightmare Before Christmas," where they get held up in a grief center by a Santa.
Jesus.
And yeah, and then like the oldest lady, little old lady, sassy Sophia, she outs Santa for having a toy gun and ends up ruining his whole day. And then they end the day out with cheesecake. But the best part about that is, right? The best part about this whole episode is that Blanche, who's like the seductive one, she gives all of the girls a risque boudoir calendar of all of her favorite men from the previous year.
Jeez.
I thought you were going somewhere else when you said
No.
she's that, and then she gives everyone. I was like, oh, what's going on here? But no.
But yeah, no, and I found a fun fact that like the calendar that they used as the prop in that episode was actually compiled of people from the set. Like they all got together, the production crew, and posed in these ridiculous ways. And that was the prop that they used for that. So it made it even better.
I like that you both have essentially picked like kind of anti-Christmas episodes.
Yep.
Like
You know.
Jackson's is totally anti-Christmas. Karina's is like about a bad Santa that's trying to ruin Christmas. That's a terrible.
Come on. Are you bringing it home? Are you making it 3 from 3 with anti-Christmas stuff? Or are you going to go the most... Are you going to be like, Love Actually? Even though it's a movie, I'm pulling an audible, I'm going Love Actually.
Okay, so it's not Love Actually, but the episode I picked has a butt ton of Love Actually homages. So I picked Ted Lasso, Carol of the Bells, Season 2, Episode 4. And yeah, there's like 3 or 4 references to Love Actually in that episode. and it's Christmas in Richmond, but all the main characters essentially have to go their own separate ways and celebrate Christmas in their own way. So Ted, his original plans are to have FaceTime Christmas with his son back in America, and then that ends up just being him sitting alone, depressed, watching a movie, drinking alcohol, because his kid's like, I'm going to go play with my new drone now, bye. So he's left alone, which I think is a nice like reference to what quite a few people go through during Christmas. And then we have Roy and Keely. Their plan is to have sexy Christmas. But then Roy's niece, Phoebe, comes along with her really bad stinky breath. So then they have to set out on trying to get a Christmas miracle by finding a dentist within 10 houses of him to solve her bad breath issues. And then the Higginses are opening their home to the players of Richmond FC that can't get back to their families to celebrate Christmas because they're all international players stuck in London with a game the next day. So yeah, they basically just, let's just have like open door Christmas for anybody that wants to celebrate, and instantly becomes like the party to be at. And I thought it was one of the best Christmas special episodes because it has all those Christmas themes, unlike you two who are anti-Christmas. This one has the message of the importance of celebrating with family, spreading joy, being generous, and just being a better person in general. It's got Christmas miracles, Christmas carols, plus Christmas pop music. Santa makes a sneaky appearance at the end. And yeah, it's just one of those episodes that every time I watch it, it just makes me smile, even if I've seen it like 2 or 3 times already.
So traditional with your Christmas stuff.
Just because you don't have Apple TV and haven't seen the joy of Ted Lasso.
You know, I don't need to be on Apple TV. Whatever, I'll suffer and be normal.
And Jackson loves Ted Lasso, so I'm sure he loved this episode.
I love Ted Lasso. I literally, when I was looking on this website before and I was going to pull my prank about the Ted Lasso episode was there was a Parks and Rec one. I was like, oh, it was a good one. But yeah. If I had to go to a traditional one, I probably would go that Ted Lasso one because all other shows don't really have like a traditional Christmas one. So that's a good backup. Well said. Plus, there's a great moustache in it, so obviously I like it.
So I looked up some of the random trivia and fun facts about the episode too. Like we said, multiple homages to Love Actually, which we get with Roy and Keely door knocking on Christmas afternoon. And then at the very end, they knock on the bully's door and they stand there with the poster board signs and just show them to this kid while Christmas music plays. What else did we get? Or at the end, the Higgins makes a toast, and all the names of towns that he reads off are the actual hometowns of the actors playing the footballers.
Oh, yep. That's fun.
And then, basically, this episode, it was made purely because Apple wanted 2 extra episodes for this season. Originally, it was only meant to be 10, so they wrote 10 episodes. And then Apple was like, no, let's make it 12. So they whipped up a Christmas episode, and that's why none of the like main story plot points that carry through the season progress in this one. It is purely standalone, so it can be watched by anyone at any time, which I thought was a really nice way to do it. And if I was like you guys, could pick an anti-Christmas episode, I would pick the King of the Hill Christmas episode, because that's all about that's all about one of the guys like just being mega depressed on Christmas because his wife left him and he tries to kill himself over and over again, and they have to stop him from killing himself. And in the end, he's like, "Okay, you guys are right. I like Christmas. I'm going to stay." He puts his own head in an electric oven.
At least
that's like so dark.
At least our Christmas episodes were that dark.
Well, You guys are going to go dark. I'm going to outdo it.
Whoa!
You're like, oh
Wow.
yeah, you guys are so ridiculous, but this guy tried killing himself multiple times.
Yeah.
What the hell,
Are you
man?
okay?
Fine.
Yeah, like, what
I
are
haven't
you
put my
trying
head
to...
in an oven yet.
Oh my God, there's still time.
Yeah. So he puts his head in the oven, and then Hank like stands there and pretends to ignore him, and then just goes, "You realize it's an electric oven, not a gas oven, so that's not going to work." He just goes, "Well, still gets pretty hot." Don't think it's going to kill you though, bro.
Well,
That took a turn for the worst.
But
and Merry
yeah,
Christmas.
if you
everyone.
want
Have a
something
good
happy,
year.
Yeah,
watch Ted
right?
Lasso. Enjoy your Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Broken
Yeah.
at 3:30 in the morning. I win.
Fuck. I can't handle this. It's too early for this crap.
Alrighty, so yeah, that's 3 with a bonus extra 4th Christmas episode. I'm sure you can find something that you'll enjoy there in the lead up to Christmas. Thank you everyone for listening to the commentary booth. If you enjoyed the show, please remember to rate, review, and subscribe on podcast services, YouTube, and you can get episodes early on Patreon at patreon.com/JamieUpsMedia. Thank you guys for joining me. You can follow Jackson on TikTok at Jax_Carr. Follow Corrina on Instagram at Miss Corrina Renee. And you can follow me on social media at JamieUpsMedia and at Pario Magazine. Thank you guys and have a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
The Commentary Booth is a fan-funded production of Jamie Ups Media. You can support the podcast alongside our magazine, Pario Magazine, on Patreon at patreon.com/JamieUpsMedia. The following people supported at the publisher level or higher, and you cannot fathom how incredibly appreciative we are for their support.